How's everybody doing? This is lesson one of Be the Dad You Wish You Had, Educate Yourself. As I said in this audio, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about my own education and a little bit of bonus material from what's in the book. So lesson one, Educate Yourself, is really a simple lesson. Read as much as you possibly can and gather as much information as you can from audiobooks, from videos such as this. Go to the parenting 101 classes, the breastfeeding classes, child CPR classes. All of these things are super important, and you may go to the breastfeeding class, such as myself, thinking to yourself, why do I need, as a dad, the breastfeeding class? And here's the deal, is what you really need is the opportunity to see what your wife is about to go through. Of all the classes, believe it or not, it was my favorite class, and not for the reasons that you guys might be thinking. It was simply because of this. I didn't recognize, and you'll learn this in that class if you choose to do it, or if you read about this, go and Google it. There is a serum called colostrum that excretes out of the mother's breasts and in those beginning stages. That colostrum will be the first nutrients that your child will get. More important than the colostrum is recognizing that it may take 24, 48, maybe 72 hours for the mother of your child, men or women, if you're listening, to actually produce breast milk. And in that time, the colostrum is all the nutrients the baby loses. So you'll often hear when you go back to the first visit, they want the child within a week or two to get back to their birth weight. Why? Because they weren't fed for a couple of days breast milk. So it's super important to start learning these things by educating yourself. Otherwise, you become a new parent. Your wife isn't producing breast milk. You just assumed your entire life that as soon as the baby comes out, somehow Mother Nature turns on the milk. It doesn't work that way. So educate yourself. And the best time to educate yourself is if you are pre-birth right now and you're listening to this. Fantastic. Soak up as much as you possibly can. The advice a lot of people are giving you is get more sleep. I say educate yourself so that when you are sleeping, you're sleeping soundly, because sleep is far and few in those first couple months of life. So educate, 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 and be prepared by absorbing as much knowledge as you can. Don't ask your friend, don't ask your neighbor right away. Go and gather your own information, or if you do ask them, say, what information did you get? What book did you read? And if you're getting education from an educated source, that makes sense. But to ask people what their experience is, if they weren't educated themselves going into parenthood, you may get a lot of the negative connotation of parenting. And honestly, if you're prepared, this is the most fruitful, the most rewarding job you will ever have, is to be a parent to your child. So again, I can't stress it enough, educate yourself. And I would say this, continue to educate yourself. As I mentioned in my intro, I continually read on parenting because I believe this is the most important job I have, and I'm trying to do it to the best of my ability. And the best of my ability is to educate myself in order to execute on that. So we'll see you in lesson 2.